And then yesterday, he retweeted me twice with positive messages, so I don't know.
You catching up with him later this month?
Yes.
How long are you going over for the inauguration?
I'll be over for a good sort of 4 or 5 days.
What would Donald Trump say?
Oh, I've been a friend of Donald Trump's for a decade. I've been very supportive of him. He's been very supportive of me. I can't see that changing for a moment.
Elon Musk, the tech titan who's reshaped industries, just took aim at Nigel Farage. But why? What could make the world's richest man declare Farage unfit to lead Reform UK?
And interestingly, despite what Elon said when he woke up the other morning, that I was no good or whatever. I'm sure he's
not the man to lead the party.
He's not alone with that opinion, clearly. But
before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. It's a tale of principles versus power, played out on the global stage. As Farage stands his ground, we're left wondering, in the world of billionaire influencers and viral soundbites, what does true leadership really look like? Picture this: a sunny December day at Mar-a-Lago, Trump's glitzy Florida resort. Nigel Farage and Elon Musk, two of the world's most polarizing figures, are all smiles and handshakes. It's a meeting that promises to change the game for Reform UK, Farage's political brainchild. But as we now know, appearances can be deceiving. The air was thick with possibility. Musk, the tech billionaire with a penchant for shaking things up, was dangling a tantalizing offer, a potential $100 million donation to Reform UK. For Farage, it must have felt like hitting the political jackpot. But in the world of high-stakes politics, nothing comes without strings attached. Let's be real, this wasn't just about money. It was about power, influence, and the future of British politics. Musk, with his vast wealth and millions of Twitter followers, could potentially reshape the political landscape with a single tweet. And Farage, he saw an opportunity to turbocharge his party's ambitions. But at what cost? Musk's history of political interventions is, let's say, colorful. From endorsing candidates to making grand pronouncements on global affairs, he's not one to shy away from controversy. And now he was setting his sights on British politics. It's enough to make you wonder, what could possibly go wrong? As it turns out, plenty. Enter Tommy Robinson, the controversial figure currently serving time for contempt of court. Musk, in his typical fashion, jumped into the fray, calling Robinson a political prisoner. It's the kind of statement that sets Twitter ablaze and sends politicians scrambling. Farage, ever the political survivor, found himself in a bind. On one hand, he'd previously called Musk a remarkable individual and a hero for promoting free speech. On the other, he couldn't afford to alienate his base or tarnish Reform UK's image. His response? A firm thanks but no thanks to Robinson's involvement. My view remains that Tommy Robinson is not right for Reform, and I never sell out my principles, Farage declared. It's the kind of principled stand that can make or break a political career. But was it enough to salvage the alliance with Musk? Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Musk's response was swift and brutal. He publicly called for Farage's removal as Reform UK leader, turning what seemed like a perfect political alliance into a very public spat. But here's the million-dollar question, or should we say $100 million question. Is Tommy Robinson really the root cause of this sudden fallout? Or is there more to this story than meets the eye? As we peel back the layers of this political onion, we might find that the truth is far more complex than a simple disagreement over one controversial figure. Nigel Farage finds himself in a precarious position, teetering between the allure of billionaire backing and the expectations of his political base. It's a high-wire act that would challenge even the most seasoned political acrobat. On one side, we have Elon Musk, the tech mogul with deep pockets and a penchant for stirring the pot. On the other, we have Reform UK's supporters, who expect Farage to stay true to his principles. Farage's attempt to distance Reform UK from Tommy Robinson while simultaneously praising Musk is a masterclass in political maneuvering. But it's a strategy that's proving increasingly difficult to maintain. Musk's public call for Farage's removal as Reform UK leader has thrown a spanner in the works, transforming what was once a promising alliance into a very public spat. This isn't Farage's first rodeo when it comes to navigating controversial alliances and public perceptions. He's built a career on being the outsider, the voice of the forgotten people. But this time, he might have bitten off more than he can chew. The question on everyone's lips is Farage's stand against Robinson a masterstroke of principled leadership or a massive blunder that could cost him everything? The stakes couldn't be higher. Without Farage at the helm, experts suggest Reform UK could struggle to maintain relevance. Pollster Luke Trill didn't mince words. Absent Farage, Reform would have been a postmark in history post-election and likely failed to win seats. It's a stark reminder of Farage's unique ability to connect with voters and keep Reform UK in the political conversation. But what do Reform UK members make of all this? The reactions are as mixed as a bag of pick and mix. Some are standing firmly behind Farage, applauding his principled stand against Robinson. Others are less than impressed with Musk's interference, with one former Farage aide going as far as to call Musk a fucking moron. It's safe to say that diplomacy isn't everyone's strong suit in this saga. Farage himself seems determined to weather the storm. In response to Musk's criticism, he stated, "Well, this is a surprise. Elon is a remarkable individual, but on this, I am afraid I disagree. My view remains that Tommy Robinson is not right for reform, and I never sell out my principles." It's a bold stance, but will it be enough to keep both Musk and his base on side? As the dust settles on this very public spat, we're left wondering, what does this mean for the future of Reform, UK, and British politics? In an era where billionaire influencers can shake party foundations with a single tweet, Farage's tightrope walk between principles and power could redefine what leadership looks like in the 21st century. As the dust settles on this political spectacle, we're left pondering a crucial question. In the age of billionaire kingmakers, what's a politician's most valuable asset? Surprisingly, it might just be good old-fashioned principles. The Farage-Musk saga has exposed the tangled web of money, morality, and ambition in modern politics. On one side, we have Musk, the tech titan with deep pockets and a Twitter following that could make or break careers. On the other, Farage, the political survivor known for his populist appeal. Their clash has revealed the true power dynamics at play in our digital age. But here's the kicker. Political analysts suggest that Musk's involvement could actually backfire for Reform UK. Turns out, the billionaire isn't exactly Mr. Popular with UK voters. This unexpected twist highlights a fundamental truth. In politics, principles can sometimes trump even the deepest pockets. So, who really holds the reins of power in modern politics? Is it the billionaires with their vast resources, or the politicians who can connect with voters on a gut level? The answer, it seems, is as complex as the political landscape itself. One thing's for sure, this clash has laid bare the intricate dance between influence, integrity, and public opinion in 21st century politics.